Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm working on a bunch of stuff, but one of the things that I'm doing, I got a 20 horsepower for sale, and it's been going through pretty well. And I didn't shoot a carburetor rebuild because this is one of the hardest ones I've done to date. Old 20 horsepower, the 200 series Mercury. So 1970s engine. When you're buying a kit, what I discovered is you got to buy two kits because it's got the fuel pump on the side. That's what'll throw you because, like, I got a carburetor kit and I thought it came with everything, the fuel pump, everything, which is what it should, but there's not. You have to buy basically the fuel pump separate. You get the carb kit, it's weird because they give you gaskets for the fuel pump, but then they don't give you the whole pump. So like I got this, and then there was like, I don't know, there was two or three but there wasn't the membrane, and it really threw me for a loop. I gotta tell you, I don't know, maybe it should have been simple and I just missed it or what, but you gotta buy two kits. You gotta buy one kit for the carburetor, and then you gotta buy one kit for the fuel pump, which is not different. It's not unusual. On most of the engines, you gotta buy the carb kits, and then you gotta buy the fuel pump kit. So I guess the same. The short of it is, I got a fuel pump kit, which is now this is a Quicksilver, but this is the Mercury number 1399-5137, and that's the fuel pump kit. And on that fuel pump, I think it's a total of like 5 gaskets. I got the carburetor kit. Now the carburetor kit is it's a Quicksilver number 2, 18-7007, but it says replace this kit 5199-5135, or later would have been 1399-5198. Let's do the fuel pump side first. And it's just 4 screws. Set everything out here. When I put it together, like on the screws, I'm going to put some Loctite. Now this carburetor has been cleaned. I threw this in my ultrasonic cleaner. I kind of set it apart. I got 3 of these carburetors. One of the carburetors had a broken, like where the see this. I just threw an old pump on here because I wanted to see if I was having trouble with the other 20, so I don't remember if I tried to throw this on here, and then later on I'm just at the old gaskets aside. Matter of fact, I'm just throw them away. So I pulled up my computer. I pulled up the little, it shows you how the gaskets go, so that I make sure they go on right. I've already been through this, but I'm gonna lay them all out. I've kind of got them here, got them in this tray. We're looking for this one first, and on here there's a couple of dowel pins. So just line up the dowel pins. So that goes on there, and then what I discovered was there's two gaskets for like it'd be a kind of like a valve situation, open and closing. But in the other one, it had more a fiber gasket. I liked it better. So the one that I got on the 120 out there, it's got a fiber gasket. So there, if I guess I should. There's two gaskets. If you can see them, they got those little flaps. So that's part of your pumping action. So we got our three gaskets, and then it's showing the plate. There's a plate in between, and it's got some little, there's some area here. These are what I was showing you. Remember those little flaps that go over there? So it's this side down, and I'm just inspecting it because I want to make sure this thing goes flat. Piece of sandpaper. I mean, this is like, I don't know, 15 or what is this? 1500 grit. That's fine. So now I did that. But see, now on this side, it's got little ridges. So in the diagram they show this piece. You got this and you got this. So this should be here, I believe. What? Yeah, this one, that one. It's this one. See, even like I said, man, this is like one of the hardest ones I've done. See, I think that it should be this. That way, and it's really hard to get it on here and keep it straight. Because I think that the two flaps keep it like centered up so that when you put the plate on, you do that. And then for the plate, should have that gasket. And then this is open. So if you need to, you can take this plate off and this plate, line it up real good. So if we look at our fuel, it comes in here, and then it'll go into those two chambers, and then it goes and flows to the pumping action. So it's going to go like that, and then on this, there's two pins. They need to really be lined up. Now, this is going to be a thicker gasket. Why? Well, I guess because, see, it's so weird because one was a fiber gasket on the other one, and now we have just two rubber gaskets. So I'm going to go for this, and if it's freaking wrong, it's freaking wrong. But yeah, I mean, it needs to be all of these gaskets. Just trying to get them where the pins would line up. Like I said, man, this is one that kind of threw me. It's like the pins now aren't long enough or something, you know. Anyway, somehow you got to get them good lined up. You can watch this video and you can see what's happening, you know, with it. This is all going to line up, or it's supposed to. And then, you know, you have this gasket. Which is the same as this gasket. I guess they gave you an extra one. Or hopefully I didn't throw an extra one in there. I don't think I did. But then it goes like that. Now I got to try to get a screw started and put some blue Loctite on it. Let's see how much time we got here. You know, 4 minutes. And this is just blue, Permatex, Loctite, whatever you want to. It's cold in here, so hopefully. There it goes. I'll just start one. See what, you know, we can get them all lined up. Do my second screw. Now I don't want to lock them real down until I get all the screws in there. I may have went too much. Hopefully not. And then my last screw. Sorry if my arm's in the way. And then I'm going to get a little bigger screwdriver to drive them home. I'm only just doing these like a quarter at a time. I mean, you don't need to really ratchet down on them. You just gotta find your torque value, I guess. If it does that, it's probably too much. That one's good. Now hopefully I have the inlet valve. Alright, so there's the fuel pump side of it. Alright, so moving on to the carb. Take this. This is our nut. I just kind of threw this all back together because after I cleaned it, put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, I put the needle back in. I used the needle and I set the float level. So on these it's kind of shallow. The center pin is what you would, you know, use to adjust this one. That center pin, you gotta move it up or move it down. And then I tried to basically make this as flat level for the carburetor as possible. And then it falls down. This one, if it fall, you know, like if you were to have it fall really far down, it would get in the way of the jet. So on this side, the jet's over here. If you notice that, like on that float, it will hit that jet. So if you're hitting that jet, you know you're too far. And so that's pretty simple. So you just adjust it with that center post there. You know, you're going to take out, I've got to put a Welch plug here, which should come in the kit. And then there's a little rubber washer that goes right here. So let me open this up and get the pieces that I need. Now this is going to have a bunch of stuff that I don't need. And anyway, it's going to have a bunch of stuff that I do need. Just dump it all out in the pan. So see, like in this kit, it gives you some gaskets for the you know, for your pump, for your fuel pump. And it's like, anyway, but the one we're after is this one right here. So I'm going to lay that in there, and I'm just going to get it started. I am going to look at it, make sure there's not a beveled edge or anything like that. No, just a rubber thing. Now, the last time what I did was I used just a little screwdriver, which I don't know where my real little screwdriver went, but just to guide it into the slot and keep it, you know, where it's just going to fall into that slot, and use your finger and then just kind of roll it into the slot. I mean, what else can I say? You put it in a slot, just making sure it's flush, you know, so, because I don't want it to get off kilter. And then inside here, right here, there should be a small, and it's not, of course. Should be a small washer, I thought. Yeah, there is. This little bitty guy here go right inside of that. And then we got this, which is our little bowl, our fuel bowl. And then we'll replace the washer. I had a washer. This almost looks like a brand new washer, but I got a new one. So I'm going to throw that on there. Throw that on our fuel bowl. And then I need a 7/16, which I thought maybe I had up here. Get a little 7/16 wrench. And I'm just going to tighten this down. Alright, so they didn't send me a Welch plug. It's pretty tight. I wouldn't go any tighter than that. So then on our Welch plug, I'm going to have to find a Welch plug that'll go in there. Now, on the fuel bowl, they got I won't put it on right now, but they have a washer that goes here, and it'll just fall out. So I'll wait on that, and then they also have a, you know, a gasket that'll go. Does it go this way or does it go that way? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it goes. I think it goes that way. You know, it's not, so you don't know. It's like, that's an important thing to know, because see, if you got these channels that are right here, 42, it doesn't, see, like whenever I go on to the Mercury side or something that's such an old engine, then it won't tell you. You know, you can't tell by it. But I think I left one on the old engine. Let me look real quick. The bottom of the carburetor is going to be good. This video is going to be good later on for me, because you got to remember which way the gasket goes. So like it could go a couple different ways. I mean, it could go like this, which is the proper way, because on the engine, this is down, so it's in this chamber, and this chamber is closed off. So if it was like this, we're still at that bottom chamber, which is fine. But if we went up like this, now we're at the top chamber. We're at the top chamber, so that's not going to work. Or I don't believe it will. Because it could go that one way, and that would be wrong. So, when it goes on the engine, it should go on that way. So this hole is at this corner of this carburetor. I gotta find, Welch plug to put in here, because without the Welch plug, we're at an impasse. And I don't know, a lot of times those fuel bowls, I don't know in all my parts if I have a fuel bowl, so I need to look for that, and a screw. I don't have a screw on this, so, but I'll find one. I'll find one that fits that. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.